What's up, y'all? Welcome to Camping with Keith. Well, my shoulder's still here. I didn't really think anybody was going to mess with it. Like I said, I think I looked pretty convincing when I told them I was homeless. I had a pair of sweatpants that were all tore up and shit and dirty from working back here, breaking up wood and shit. But yeah, I think they were just kind of more understanding than anything, because I just made it sound like I was a homeless guy that, would come out here a couple times out of the week to get away from things. It's nice and peaceful. They agreed and shit. We just kind of talked for a few and they took off. But they said they weren't going to mess with my shit. So that's the only thing about my spot. I'm going to have to dig a hole that can drain into. So with my little shovel thing, I'm going to have to dig up a little hole thing to get rid of this whole puddle and shit from hell. Yeah, I didn't think about that when I put this all together, about how it was kind of dips down. But yeah, I'm gonna dig like a little trench for that water to go into, like a hole. Maybe put a hole back in here or something like that, and then it'll drain down in that hole instead of collecting on that bottom of that. The first time I was sitting in there and I heard something sound like it was peeing, I thought there was a deer or something peeing right by my shoulder, and I was like, what the hell, how did I not hear that walk up? But yeah, I want to come out here. I hopefully can find some wood that'll be dry enough to have a fire. It looks pretty bleak. Anything on the ground is going to be soaking wet. So before I even set up my shelter, as far as the bed and everything, I will go on a little wood run to see if I can find anything dry enough to start a fire with. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to find something, but you never know. Yeah, I'm glad I got out here. My shit wasn't messed with. Everything's still the same. And yeah, all my stuff's in there. That's cool. Yeah, it's pretty hardcore coming out here. It's like 35 degrees right now, and this is just like, it's about 10:30, something like that maybe. Yeah, it's a nice brisk day. I definitely layered up. But once I start getting wood, I won't be able to be as bundled up as I am, or I'll end up just getting drenched with sweat. Well, I think I'm going to chill for a few and then go look for some wood to see what my luck's going to be like as far as that department before I put forth too much effort in setting up all my shit. So I will check back with you once I'm out walking around, and we'll see what I can find. Should be able to find something. I mean, shit, I am in the woods. Alright, I'll see you guys in a little while. What up? Well, I went ahead and set everything up. I went looking for wood. It's kind of a pain, but there's still some dry firewood out there. Some of it's damp, some of it's wet, but I should be okay for the night. I'm going to stock up, probably spend almost the whole day just getting wood, which is going to be a pain in the ass, but if I want to keep warm through the night, I'm going to have to keep a fire going, because it's chilly. It's like 39 degrees right now. So tonight will be the coldest night that I've been out here. I layered up. Man, I got so many layers that I brought with me. I need to break down and get a nice winter coat. I haven't really needed one. I haven't went out in the frigid temperatures or stayed out in them long enough to where I felt like I needed a winter coat. I just kept my heavy duty hoodies and shit. But yeah, I think I'm going to invest in a winter coat. And I'm going to end up getting like a collapsible awning to put in my SUV that I can bring around with me when I go camping places and shit. That way, if I just sleep in my vehicle, then I'll only have to set up like one of them awnings. Those things are easy to just pop up real quick, put that right at the back of my vehicle, and I'm camping. It rains, I don't have to worry about getting wet. I mean, I should be able to fit my big ass in that vehicle. I know the seats collapse down, and the front seat will collapse down too, so even if there's only like 6 foot in the back, once I lay down the back seat, I can get in probably another foot just laying down the front seat. So, because I'm a big boy, I'm 6'1", so I'm a little bit tall, and it makes kind of a pain. Like if you get a little tent, little 2-person tent, I'm so tall, man. It's like, man, you gotta either lay at an angle and make sure you got enough room for your toes and everything to fit. I like laying on my side. I don't, except like if I'm at home, I sleep in my chair laying on my back. But yeah, I gotta invest in a few things if I'm gonna stay, if I'm gonna keep coming out here and hanging out through the winter, because I'll have to get a nice sleeping bag. That's just gonna have to be, it's a no-brainer, because you get down to them teens and ooh, that's bitter, bitter cold, especially if it's windy. Phew, cold be biting at you. I started sweating like a mofo getting that wood. That's the only bitch about layering up in the wintertime, because if it gets cold and shit like that and you're soaking wet, if you're like in a life and death situation, yeah, that could cost you your life, because the hypothermia could sit in and you'd be done. I know I got frostbite when I was a kid on my fingers, so it's like anytime my fingers start getting cold, they hurt. So I always have to put gloves on or something like that. And I have to get a new pair of gloves too, because I grabbed the freaking log with my gloves on and I ended up melting through part of the one finger on the one glove. I ain't grabbing no hot logs with winter gloves anymore. I get me some welding gloves or something I can actually just reach in the fire and grab. I don't have to worry about messing up the gloves. But yeah, I'm gonna stay in my shelter for the night. Screw it. Ain't no sense just packing my shit back up and going home, especially if I know that I can get a fire going. And even if the wood's just a little damp, sitting inside my shelter, once that fire gets going, that heat will help dry out stuff that's just a little damp. So I'll be good. But I'm gonna get back to, I gotta start bringing the firewood in. I got a big load out there and I gotta break it all down, and then go back out and do that about 2 or 3 more times. I should have enough wood for the night. But I want to say thanks if you guys are watching the video and shit. Appreciate the views and the likes and the comments. I try to make these videos as interesting as I can. Like, there's only so much you can kind of do when you're stealth camping. You can't like just, I don't know, you're trying to keep a low profile, so you're not really trying to make too much of a ruckus. But when I got fireworks, I set them sons of bitches off and don't give a damn, especially around the 4th of July, because everybody around here sets them off and nobody's gonna find the guy in the middle of the woods that's lighting off some bottle rockets and shit, and then end up kicking him out of the park. Too much of an effort. Cops ain't gonna walk back here. It's just too much of an effort to walk back here. It's funny. I know the trail to get back here and shit. It's not hard to find. Part of the trail is when you first come in. You walk over to this one area, then another portion of the trail. For me, just walking, you can just see it. Like, and then come around springtime when all them weeds start getting high again. I'll be battling with 8-foot tall weeds, and I mean, Christ, when I looking at everything, all these dead weeds. If I was in the summertime right now, you couldn't even see me because of all the leaves that were, or all the weeds would be so dense that you couldn't even see this spot. So it does suck in the wintertime. That's why I came back here. I wanted somewhere that it's hard not to be seen, even with the camouflage tarp. But your best bet is just to get back as far as you can if you're going to set up something permanent. I'm gonna finish smoking me a bowl of my tobacco, and then I'm gonna work on going and getting this firewood broke down. It's a lot of work goes into breaking this firewood. That's the hardest part of this job. I almost bought 2 bundles, but them bundles of firewood for $8 a piece. You hear the train, figures. Thanks everybody. Thank you, dumbass train. I can actually see the train from over here. When I was breaking up firewood, I was looking through the trees and you can actually see the train. But yeah, I'll get back with you guys here in a little bit. Work on getting this firewood together and just repeat the process over and over and over until it's dark time, and then I light my fire so I can be nice and toasty warm. But I'll see you guys in a little bit. Peace out. Well, the sun decided to peek his head out. Feels good. Going on my last little wood run. Don't really know where to go. I've kind of been grabbing all the driest shit that I could find, and oh shit, this is big shit. Huh. That whole fucking thing's ready to come down. I don't know how dry it'd be on the inside though. I tell you, take this big boy down, shit. It's right here at my spot. Oh. If I wanted to fall towards my campsite. Oh boy. And it's got these freaking vines all around it though. I ain't fighting with that fucking thing. I'll get it another time. Did enough fighting trying to get wood. Done fighting wood. This is where them people were I ran into. They were kind of back here shooting their crossbow and BB gun. I don't even know if you're allowed to hunt squirrels. Because they said they were looking for some squirrels, and I don't think I've ever seen a squirrel out here. Well, I've seen plenty of deer. Huh. I see one standing up. It might be easier to take down. I gotta go through a lot of weeds to get to that damn thing. Tire Mountain. Yeah, they came from over there because they came the back way to this spot. I've never walked. I mean, I walked over there somewhat to get the firewood, but that was about it, though. Here's a piece. Whoa. Yeah, it's pretty dry. Yep, she sounds dry. Walk over here. I don't think I've ever walked over here. Man, I found these clusters of bricks. That would make, if I decide to make a fireplace out here, that would make it so freaking easy. I don't have no way to, like mortar wise, to stick the ow. Yeah, take this too. Kind of wet at one end, but screw it. Yeah, usually I can just grab whatever and take it, but there's clusters of bricks down there too. It's not where I originally seen them. That's pretty dry. Break off some of these branches and take them with me, I guess. Well, I'm going to continue trying to get firewood. It's kind of a two-handed operation, so I will come back after I'm done doing that. Go for a walk where I don't have to keep just spending every second looking for wood. So I will come back after I'm all done with my chore of getting all the wood for the night. Huh. Alright, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Time to get the fire going. Oh, get a little bit of tissue. Oh. Kind of cheating with the tissue, but since everything's kind of like half-ass damp, I'm allowed to cheat. I had like 2 spots, so I was trying to add a bunch of stuff, so if I did start the fire, I'd have a nice little place to put stuff. Ow. Oh, the heat feels good. I'm the fire starter. I'm the instigator. I'm the fire starter. There we go. Ah, that shit feels good. I ain't gonna lie. Hell yeah. I'm good at getting fires going. I usually don't have an issue. It's kind of like building a puzzle. Hell yeah. I got a decent amount of wood. I know it's up to my head, my pile. See, I'd rather have too much wood than not enough wood. It's an awesome little fire pit. This shit is roaring. That cool little blue flame. Must have been from the ink or something from the cardboard. I got slushy water. I usually fill a 2 liter like halfway up with water, and then I put it in the freezer the night before I go camping, right before I go to bed. And then in the morning, it's not froze all the way, but it gets pretty close to being frozen. So I sit there and take it out when I get up, and I just let it sit on the counter for a little bit, and then it kind of starts melting. And then when I get out here, I just kind of take it out of the bag, because I got an ice pack in there. I got another half 2 liter of fruit punch, and I got stuff I got to keep cold. I got a steak for the night and some eggs. Ugh. I was gonna make hamburgers, but I just didn't feel like it. Finally got some pickles, and I got some cheese, but I forgot to get tomatoes. I'm picky as hell when I eat. I only eat like a very select few things. I mean, I get the Hungry Man chicken dinners. I'll go to the Walmart and buy 6, 7, 8 of those things. I've heard people wait behind them. The one lady was on the phone the one day. It was hilarious. I got in front of her and I grabbed all the chicken dinners and put them in my thing, and I went to roll away, and she was on the phone. She goes, I don't know, but some white boy just took all the chicken dinners that you like. They ain't none left. He took them all. I just kind of giggled. I don't like being called a white boy. I'm a 50-year-old man. Nothing a boy about me. I stopped being a boy at about 5 years old. That's when I had to man up, and I gotta get my fire stick poker thing. Oh, it feels good. That's crazy. You can put your hand in the fire. Ah, the fuck, it does hurt. Do as I say, not as I do. Ah. I've learned it's tricky finding firewood when everything's wet, but there's always something around that'll burn. I mean, I got a shitload of pretty decent amount of firewood. Man, I need to get a better stick. This thing ain't as long as what it used to be. Oh man, this shelter kicks ass, man. It traps all the heat in here. I need to get one of the Mylar blankets so I can put it on the roof. But if somebody comes here and takes all my shit, I don't really want to invest any more money into this shelter. Nobody messed with my shit while I was gone, so if they were going to, they probably would have messed with it after I left, because I told them I was leaving. So like I said, they seemed like they were cool. They were cool. They were just out there. They were busy doing their own thing, looking for some squirrels. So I told them, I said, I don't think I've ever seen a squirrel back here, but I've seen plenty of deer and birds. Man, it took hours and hours to get all the wood together that I did. Sucks because I had to go pretty far to get some shit, because it was like fighting with wood to see which is dry and which ain't. Some of the wood I got is damp, but once it gets on the fire, it'll evaporate the moisture and it'll burn. That son of a bitch will burn. Well, I hope everybody's having a good night. I should have told, man, I should go live. But I mean, I don't want to go live and just talk to myself. That's the only thing I don't like about, I don't have enough people that come in and watch my lives. But it's kind of cool that I can do that. Maybe I'll pop in later, do a live, just do a surprise live. Talking about it now, you guys are watching this video, you've already watched the live that I'm talking about doing. I usually do that at 8. I don't know, it's probably about 6-ish right now. Yeah, I like this fire pit. I can just toss shit in, and most of the time it just goes where it's supposed to go because of the design of the fire pit. Because I got the wall in the back that stops stuff from going past the fire. And then it actually bounces some of the heat back, and it stops the wind. I was going to build the one side up on the fire pit a little bit more, stop the wind, because it does sometimes kick in here and I get wind or get smoke in my shoulder. Most of the time when I go home, I smell like a fire. My friend picked me up. She's like, "You smell like bacon." I ain't ever smelled no bacon that smelled like a freaking fire. I might not smell like bacon, but I know I smell like a fire. I get my little, hey, you better not go out, fire. I'm gonna be pissed. That bitch was raging there. I'm gonna quit throwing stuff on it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop throwing shit on it for a minute. Give it a chance to catch up. Like, some of that stuff's wet and some of it's kind of green, so I gotta remember that I can't smother the fire with a wet wood or it will go out. This is probably the wettest that I've ever been out here as far as dealing with firewood. It's funny when I seen those two people back here. I honestly thought for a minute they were staying back here, and I was like, "Oh man, I found somebody's actually staying back here." And I was gonna see if they wanted to kick it and shit, and I was gonna smoke them down and shit or something. And nah, they're just from the trailer park next door. There we go. It's back to life. I've had multiple times where I'm building a fire out here and the fucker goes out. Time to get this thing roaring. So I stop seeing my breath. Needs to layer back up. All I got is a heavy hoodie, or my heavy hoodie, and one little hoodie on underneath it. Long sleeve shirt. Definitely can feel the coldness. That ain't no lie. I may put on my heavy duty hoodie over top of this. Well, I got the fire going. It's time to just relax and chill, and I deserve it. Every time I come out here, I work my ass off to get all this freaking wood together. The most unfun thing I do is struggle with getting wood. Sometimes I grab too much and shit, and I strain myself just by carrying too much. Alright, people, I'm gonna relax for a little while. And I don't know if I'll go for a walk later on. It's pretty chilly. I know that much. I'll be like, hell yeah, I'm gonna go for a walk. And as soon as I walk away from the fire, I'm like, nah, I think I'll just stay here. But I'll be back in a little while. I gotta relax for a little bit, and I'll work on getting my supper together. I'm hungry. I'll see you guys in a little while. What's up, y'all? Oh, man. I forgot to record when I made supper. I was in such a hurry. I was so damn hungry. I had a one-track mind. Oh, man. Man, it's cold out here. Got a nice fire going and shit. That makes a hell of a difference. If I couldn't have found no dry firewood today, I wouldn't have stayed. I mean, if I got that little heater, I might see if my stepdad still has it. Bring a little heater out here. I don't know if I'll need it or not, because I don't know what would be warmer, having a nice fire going with this front open so I can get some heat in here, or to shut the door and then run that little heater in there. I don't know which way I'd stay warmer. I mean, I could probably sit right in front of the heater, but still, I just got to figure out. I don't know. When I hit the teens and the single digits, that's gonna be hardcore. I've never camped out in this cold of weather. I went to a campground and hung out in campers and shit in the middle of winter. But as far as it's like 36 or 37, something like that. But it's not bad in here at all. I guess I can see my breath. Earlier, I didn't think I could see my breath. Sorry, folks. It was time for step 2. After working my ass off pretty much all day getting firewood, didn't even. The only thing I ate today, prior to making my steak and shit, all I had was the hell was it? A Rice Krispie treat bar. I go through phases as far as my treats and shit that I eat. Sometimes I'll be crushing the Nutty Buddies from Little Debbie. Then I get burned out on them, and I go for the peanut butter crunch bars, which is kind of like a Twix, but the inside's peanut butter. Man, these glasses are dirty. But yeah, it's a nice night. All the stars are out and shit. They're calling for rain tomorrow. I don't know what time. If it's in the morning, that'll be cool. A little bit of a. I like the pitter patter of the rain and stuff. And I thought when I used this thing or cleaned my glasses with toilet paper, it actually did a good job. It didn't do shit. I was gonna go live earlier, but once I realized what time it was like 8:15. I was like, oh, I usually go live at 9 or 8, so I'll just hold off on going live this time I'm out here. But I'm glad it came out. I didn't have no doubts or reservations as far as worrying about being cold and shit. I ain't scared. I ain't scared of shit. No. God, these things are filthy. For some reason, I can't get them clean. Probably ain't gonna get them like spick and span clean out here. Yeah, I'm just sitting here enjoying the night. That's a brisk night. Haven't had no visitors, and nobody came in with a crossbow. You know, it's kind of fucked up. Is I just walked right up to them people, and the dude had a crossbow that was all cocked and ready to go, and the other dude, I'm pretty sure it was an air rifle. But it's like nowadays you gotta watch what you do and who you approach, and it's like, man, just walking up to somebody that's got a crossbow in the middle of the woods, it's like, oh, I don't know if I should do that or not. They look kind of young, so I didn't think they were going to be much of a trouble, and it's nice that they didn't come back and take my shit or mess with my shelter or anything like that. That was pretty cool. It would have been kind of neat to meet somebody that's staying back here, and I could walk over to their site and shit, hang out, shoot the breeze, and that kind of shit. But I don't know if somebody showed up at my campsite. I don't know how I would feel about that. I don't know. I'd probably ask them if they wanted to warm up. It's the first thing I'd ask them because it's kind of chilly out there. And I'd be like, where the hell you come from? Pretty sure there's one shelter in these woods on the other. It's on the other side. I don't go that way because I've seen that shelter and I don't want to walk through somebody's front yard. Is it? I guess what you could call it. I'm pretty sure it wasn't a homeless shelter. I think it was just a chill spot somebody made, and so it's like, I'm not the only one that enjoys this place. I mean, there's other people that come back here. I mean, I don't think anybody comes back here and camps like I did this year. That, I'm always gonna remember this year is the year I went camping all fucking summer long. Except, I came back here and there. And usually I'd come out here for a day and come home, relax for a day or two, and come right back out here. And it's like I did that all summer long. I didn't have to pay one time to camp, and that's awesome because some of these places are getting expensive to camp. $30-$40 just for one person for a night, and that's a lot. I mean, 25 I guess ain't that bad if you're just staying a night, but I mean, if you do go to a hotel or something, you're gonna spend more than that. This fire needs poked. Sometimes you just gotta poke the fire, get her going again. There we go. Well, I hope y'all having a blessed night. I hope you're sitting at home. It's nice and warm. Chilling with your homegirl or homeboy. Just keeping your belly full. I mean, there's people out there that don't have the money to eat. Man, it's like sad. I watch a couple of YouTube channels that they document go or do documentaries about homeless people and shit, and they go to California or some of these other spots that are bad. These people on that Fetty shit, man, they're just zombies. They're literally just standing bent over for hours and hours, just standing bent over. I don't even know how the fuck you would do that. I would fall flat on my head. I mean, I know for a fact that. I mean, I will say this: there was one time I started. My doctor put me on a new medication. It was the first time I had taken it. I took it and went to work. I'm sitting there working, everything's cool and shit, and all of a sudden I realized that I'm behind in my pants. I'm standing at my press, and I turn around, and my uh, supervisor is doing pants. She's not supposed to do pants. She's got another job. So that means she was helping me get caught up, which means I don't know how long I fucking just stood there. And I didn't hear nothing about it until about a week or two later. My boss said something about, yeah, what was up with you that one day, man? You were just like out of it. And I told him, I was like, yeah, but I was honest. They put me on a new medication. I never took it before. And when I come into work, I'm just going to have to wait until after I'm off work before I take that medicine if it's going to make me that drowsy and out of it. And it's like, I don't know. I just, I was going to bring my Switch out here, but I got a thing with real cold weather. I don't like taking a fucking $300 game system out here and ruin it because it's cold. I had my 3DS I brought out here. I was camping over here on the, there's like a little hill. I only camped there one time because of that shit. But the problem is that everything is on an incline. So you're sitting there and you're always leaning to the right. And I fell asleep in my chair and rolled off to the side down the hill like 2 times, I think it was. And I was like, that's fucked up. So I just like kind of went with it, and fuck, man. Anyways, I broke the top screen. I googled, or I got on YouTube to see how hard it's going to be to fix it, and it's going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass. I don't have to get no special tools to really repair it. I just got to be very, very careful when I'm doing certain things, and then I got to make sure my cats don't get anywhere near the shit, because I'm going to have to take pictures so I know what goes where, exactly how it looked before I took it apart. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a pain in the ass, but I don't know what else to do. I hacked that game system, so I don't want to really buy a new one, because I don't even know if I can hack it the way I did, because the eShop for that old, older systems like the 3DS, Wii U, shit like that, they closed those down a while back. So you can't, like, there's one method: I download the game, and then I take the memory card out and put it in the computer, or I use my phone, and you start altering that memory card. You take out, like, numbers, and you put different numbers in where some of these numbers are, and you change shit just a little bit. And what it does is, when you put all your game systems and stuff that you hacked and put on there, when you click on that game that you had downloaded, it takes you to these other games or systems that you want to play, the older ones. It's just you tricking the system into thinking it's doing something else, but it's kind of neat. But I just don't want to go through that process. It was a 3-day process to get that whole thing hacked, and I was up for 3 days, didn't sleep at all. And I wasn't on no hard drugs or nothing. I just kept going at it, and I was like, be thinking like, damn, I don't ever did this before, and it was like, maybe I'll try this, and then what I started doing is I made a mistake and was using 2 diagrams at the same time, and they both did things a little different, so that made things a little bit harder, but it's all right. Come on, fire. What the shit? You was raging a little bit ago. I guess I put too much wet shit on. I hear it sizzling. It's probably the big ass ones, the feeders I put on are in. Those are real long. I tried to break it. Well, both of them beat me up. I mean, hell, the first one I tried to break, I slammed it on the fucking ground. It bounced back, hit me in my left knee. My left knee is my good knee. And it hurt so fucking bad. And I was like, oh my God. I like limped to my shelter and I'm just sitting here rubbing it. I'm like, oh my God. That hurt like a son of a bitch. And I know if I would have took that blow to my bad knee, I probably would have had to go home. I would probably have to limp the fuck on, gimpy as shit. Oh, yeah, I got lucky there. And then the second feeder I tried to break, and the thing bounced off the ground up towards my ankle and caught my ankle, and man, that freaking hurt too. It's like, it just beating me up. Well, I'm not gonna bore you to death just talking and shit. I know that isn't the most interesting thing. I mean, it gives you a chance to get to know me and know kind of what how my life is, and it's. But I'm gonna check in with you guys a little bit later. I say maybe I'll go for a walk. Maybe I will go for a walk. But if I do, I'll tune you guys in, take you along for the journey. But I know it's cold as shit when you walk away from that fire. Whew. The fire ain't even just, I mean, now it's raging a little bit more, but yeah, it wasn't even like going crazy there for a minute, so. Oh yeah, fire's going, now it's going again. Alright, people, I'll see you guys a little bit later. What's up, y'all? Good morning. Hope y'all had a blessed night. Was able to sleep and have good dreams and wake up feeling refreshed. Exact opposite of how I feel. I think I maybe slept for an hour or two or something just sitting here, but I made an outro last night before I went to bed and forgot to hit record. Didn't realize it till this morning, so I didn't really have a sign off for last night, but I just was sitting there chilling after I got done eating and just sat by the fire and tried to keep warm. It was chilly. I'm gonna tell you what, last night was cold. Whew, boy, if I come back out here in the winter, which I will, I'm gonna have to do things a little bit different because I think I'm gonna have to get myself some Carhartts. That way I know I'll be warm no matter what. I mean, I wasn't freezing cold last night. It's just sitting by the fire, it just kind of sucks. Especially if you're just trying to keep warm. They said it was going to rain this morning, and it never did. Now they're saying it's going to be later on this afternoon, so I'm going to crash out for a couple hours and then get up and work on getting out of here. But yeah, last night was pretty chilly. I'll say that. I was going to go for a walk, but there's no way in hell. Not when I'm that cold. It's like, there ain't no point. I'll walk away maybe 30 feet and come running back. I mean, hell, I kind of woke up this morning and didn't have no firewood left. I burned it all throughout the night, and then I had to break down and go get some stuff to burn. I just had to get the fire going again this morning. But yeah, I'm going to lay back for a little while and sleep, and then I'm going to work on getting out of here. But yeah, I didn't go live last night. I was just not really feeling it, so I didn't send out any notifications that I was going to go live or anything like that, so I went ahead and I'm so tired right now. I've been in this position, I don't know how many times, where I'm just beyond tired. I'm just sitting there rambling. I'll be talking and all of a sudden I forget what the hell I'm saying. I ain't even drunk or nothing. I'm drunk on no sleep, if that's even a thing. But I know I'm going to sit here for a little while, chill, and then I'm going to get up and work on getting out of here. But Just wanted to say thanks for watching my videos. If you take the time out of the day to watch them, if you comment or subscribe, I greatly appreciate that as well. I don't have really a goal as far as my channel. I mean, I hopefully can entertain, the people that do watch my channel. Hopefully it's entertaining enough to take time out of your day to watch one of my videos. But just wanted to give a nice thank you to everybody, and I guess I will either see you before I leave, or I will see you next time when I come out. Peace.